Okay, and we can go ahead and turn to Daniel chapter 7. We're going to be talking about Daniel chapter 7 and pay close attention to the interpretation given by the angel. So if you could push pause and go ahead and read Daniel chapter 7. Alright, so here we are. We're going to talk about this final kingdom and the little horn. The little horn is going to be the Antichrist. Now, let's look at this. Verse 23 is a little bit confusing because there seems to be two ways of telling this. I want to make it clear that because of Daniel chapter 2, I personally do not believe there will be a one world government. There's too much fighting going on. There will be an attempt at a one world government, but not really a truly unified one world government at any point in time. But it does look like here that there might be a one world government. It is a possibility, but because of Daniel chapter 2, I'm just not getting it. And we're going to see more in Daniel chapter 11. There's too many wars going on. There's constant fighting. Who are you fighting? If you're a one world government, who are you fighting? They're obviously fighting someone who isn't part of the one world government. So I don't believe there's going to actually be a one world government because there's too much evidence pointing that there isn't. And there's very little evidence saying that there is. Now look at verse 23. The fourth beast shall be a fourth kingdom on earth, which shall be different from all other kingdoms, shall devour the whole earth, trample it, and break it in pieces. Alright, these are the same as what we just saw with the statue. Okay, the first is Babylon, the second beast is the Medo-Persian Empire, the third beast represents Alexander the Great and the Greek Empire, and the fourth beast represents the Roman Empire. So this fourth beast will do what? Shall devour the whole earth, trample it, break it in pieces. That's exactly what the Roman Empire did. The Roman Empire devoured the whole earth, according to the Bible, and we know that wasn't the whole earth, but they devoured a good portion of the earth, just like the bronze in the statue, the Alexander the Great's empire. It didn't devour the whole earth, but it got a very big portion. Same thing here. It didn't devour the whole earth, but it got a very big portion. And let's look at this. What did it do with it once it devoured it? It trampled it, and it broke it in pieces. And that's what we have over there right now in Europe. The broken pieces of the Roman Empire. That's what all that stuff over there is right now. It's the broken pieces of the Roman Empire. And so look, and in verse 24, the 10 horns are 10 kings who shall arise from this kingdom. What kingdom? The 10 kings shall arise from the broken pieces of the Roman Empire. Remember the 10 toes? The 10 toes were on what? The pieces. They were a part of the feet. The feet were made up of pieces of iron and clay. Iron and clay. It wasn't a solid entity. It was pieces. It was made up of pieces. So, the 10 horns are 10 kings who shall arise from this kingdom, and another shall arise after them. He shall be different from the first ones and shall subdue 3 kings. And so that's the Antichrist. What's the Antichrist going to do? He's going to overthrow 3 kings at some point and conquer their territory and be a ruler over their territory. Verse 25. He shall speak pompous words against the Most High, shall persecute the saints of the Most High, and shall intend to change times and law. What is he trying to change times and law? Well, this coalition, this United Nations, whatever this unity is, he's going to try to change it so that he will be the dictator, the supreme ruler. See, right now we have United Nations. He will come into the United Nations and try to change the laws so that he could be a one world dictator. He's going to actually try to be doing that. Then the saints shall be given into his hands for time and times and half the time. That's 3.5 years. The last 3.5 years of the tribulation, the whole world would be given into the hands of the Antichrist to do pretty much whatever he wants. the last 3.5 years, his army will be unstoppable. First 3.5 years, he's going to have a lot of problems. He's going to have a lot of fighting. Last 3.5 years, he's going to still be doing a lot of fighting, but his army will be pretty much unstoppable, and he will destroy a lot of nations and conquer a lot of nations. But let's look here. Okay. Times and half a time. This is how you understand this. Everybody agrees that this is 3.5 years. If you find somebody that doesn't agree this is 3.5 years, they went out on a limb. Alright, you got time. That equals 1. You got times, plural. That equals 2. And then you got half time. That's 1/2. 3.5 years. 3.5 years, the saints will be given over into the hands of the Antichrist. Okay. And then what's going to happen? Then Jesus is going to come, and Jesus is going to destroy him, and Jesus is going to take over with his kingdom. Alright, we're going to skip over chapter 8. We're not going to cover chapter 8. Why? Alright, chapter 8, a lot of people think chapter 8 is talking about the Antichrist. It could be, and then again it couldn't be. Why am I going to skip it? I'm going to skip it because Jesus' kingdom doesn't come in and take over when this guy's finished. And because Jesus' kingdom doesn't come in and take over, it is possible that that has already been completed. This, as far as we know, chapter 8 has been completed in its fullness already. Chapter 8, all of it has already been completed. Could be wrong. This could be talking about the Antichrist. If it is, it really doesn't matter that much. It's not doing anything different than what we're gonna cover.